Welcome in to OutKick the Show. I'm your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Friday, wherever you may be across this great country or this great land. We are off and absolutely rolling. I told you we were going to be announcing some new additions, more additions coming. Appreciate all the support that you have shown for OutKick. If you love everything that we're doing and you want us to grow bigger, better, faster than ever before, go sign up, become a member of the VIP. We got thousands and thousands, tens of thousands soon of you that are all signing up for the OutKick VIP. OutKick.com/VIP. Lots of cool events coming, including right off the top here. Let me go ahead and tell you that we have added, I wrote about this about an hour ago, one of the highest rated local radio shows in the country is the Midday 180 on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. That is the station where I got my start in local radio. In fact, I got my start in local radio with Chad Withrow, who is one of the guys that's on the air at Midday 180. Chad Withrow, Paul Kaharski, Jonathan Hutton, they are joining us at OutKick. And I am excited to be able to announce that they are joining us. More details to come. But the big part of the story here for OutKick fans is we are creating a 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern OutKick show, right? Basically, all different talent, but from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have an over-the-top network. For those of you not familiar with the idea of over-the-top, I think that being on cable or being on satellite television in the future, the cable industry is collapsing in many ways. And so what we are going to do is create a way for you to get your sports news from us, just like we were ESPN. You'll be able to put on the OutKick show at 6 a.m. with yours truly, and then it will run all the way through until 7 p.m. Eastern, and you'll be able to be updated on whatever the world is going on in sports. And pop culture and maybe a little bit of politics and basically the opinion programming that you have already gotten used to, and certainly sports gambling will be a big part of that as well. And so my goal is by football season to have 13 hours of programming officially ready to roll so that you'll be able to turn on OutKick at 6 a.m., audio, video, podcast, and basically choose how to spend your day, but you'll never have to put on ESPN again. You'll be able to watch the OutKick network from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, if you're not interested in watching video or audio or podcasts or whatever else, we are still going to have the website and have a gobs of content on the website for you as well. This is just the next iteration in OutKick as a major media company. And I'm obviously super optimistic, very bullish on where we're going, our audience continuing to grow, and continuing to add more and better talent as we are growing and going along the way. So if you're not familiar with those guys, I have what I think is a pretty decent eye for talent. And I've known them for a long time. They have had a successful local radio show in Nashville for 9 years. They're going to own college football and the NFL conversation in a smart and funny and entertaining way. And we're going to have a lot of live shows that are coming your way in Nashville. Right now, the plan is for their official debut to be a big OutKick party in Nashville. And we'll give you more details on that going forward. But if you want to be guaranteed to be able to show up for all these events, you need to be an OutKick VIP. So OutKick.com/VIP. But I am excited about where we're going. I appreciate all the support from you guys. And things are going really, really well. So I couldn't be happier. And again, the great thing about it is right now I own the company. So your boy here makes every decision. We've never taken any venture capital money. There's nobody in there trying to make decisions different than ours. And so as a result, things are rolling pretty well. So let me go ahead and give you some gambling picks to get you ready for the divisional round games. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Sunday. By the way, I'll be on Fox Bet Live, our television show here in a little bit, breaking down all the sports gambling news. I've got 7 picks for you. We are at 60% winners on the year in the NFL six-pack. So this is a Baker's half dozen plus 1. And hopefully we can keep up that all the way through the Super Bowl. But here are 7 picks for you on the 4 games remaining. Rams-Packers, I'm on the under 45.5. Don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I like the fact that the Rams have the two best defensive players in the NFL. I like Jalen Ramsey in the matchup against Devontae Adams. Obviously, Aaron Donald is the best defensive lineman in the NFL. I think that they take the air out of the ball, so to speak. Cold weather game, under 45.5 in that one. I like the Bills, minus 2.5, and the over 49 in their game against the Ravens. I think Josh Allen emerges as the champ here to get an opportunity to go head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes. Browns, I like plus 10. It's a big number. It's too big of a number if you consider that the Chiefs are 0-7 in their last 7 against the number. And I like the over 57 in that game. And then finally, I like the Bucs plus 3 at the Saints and the over 52 in Tom Brady against Drew Brees. So there are my 7 picks. Let me give them to you one more time. Rams, Packers, the under 45.5. Ravens, Bills, minus 2.5 and the over 49. Browns, plus 10 at Chiefs and the over 57. Bucs, plus 3 at the Saints and the over 52. By the way, these are the numbers that existed when I gave out these picks on the radio show. I haven't checked a lot to see whether or not they have moved going forward. So those are the numbers that were out there this morning when I was making these picks early. Oh, also, you want to bet. You should want to bet. $5 wager can win you $125. A $5 wager can win you $125 if you go right now to FanDuel.com/Clay. One more time, FanDuel.com/Clay. That's my name, C-L-A-Y. If you go in there right now, let's say you want to pick the Chiefs to win. They're a 10-point favorite. That would be a great bet. You bet $5. If the Chiefs beat the Browns, you win $125. That's for new users. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Colorado, Tennessee, and soon to be Michigan and Virginia. Go ahead and get signed up. I'm hearing any day now, Michigan and Virginia are going to be flipped live. FanDuel.com/Clay. That's FanDuel.com/Clay. All right, couple of big coaching decisions. Urban Meyer to the Jags is official. It was announced yesterday evening. I love the move for the Jags. I think this turns the Jags from one of the most boring teams in the NFL to theoretically, in conjunction with Trevor Lawrence, one of the most entertaining and fascinating to follow going forward. Now, here's the challenge. Urban Meyer is going to have to coach differently, certainly in the NFL, if he wants to join Barry Switzer, Jimmy Johnson, and Pete Carroll as a coach that has won a national championship. He's got 3, 2 at Florida, 1 at Ohio State, when he actually gets to the NFL. And remember, Urban Meyer has typically left both Florida and Ohio State in messy kind of situations. So what kind of culture is he going to be able to put in place in Jacksonville? And how quickly can he turn around a 1-15 team? There's reason for optimism. He's got 4 of the top 45 picks in this year's upcoming NFL draft, and he should be very familiar with a lot of the top players from having coached in college football. He's got $100 million in cap space, and theoretically, he's got Trevor Lawrence lined up to be the future of his franchise. As much as we love to praise Bill Belichick, without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick hasn't been very good. Just look at what happened this year with Cam Newton. And so, Urban Meyer's success or failure, in my opinion, likely comes down to this question. How good is Trevor Lawrence? If he's good, Urban Meyer's going to win a lot of games. If he's bad, he's going to lose a lot of games. That's the simple truth. The quarterback matters more than the coach in NFL football. I think the coach matters more than the quarterback in college football because you don't have the quarterback, no matter how good he is, for very long. But Urban Meyer, I think, will be successful. I like the move by the Jags. You got Florida fans theoretically coming up from the south. You've got Clemson fans theoretically coming down from the north. That's a sweet spot for Jacksonville to go after that region and potentially add a lot more fans. Robert Saleh to the Jets. The defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers reports that Arthur Smith, the former Titans offensive coordinator, has been offered the Falcons job, although I don't think it's officially been reported that he has accepted that. Both of those are interesting and good hires, I believe. The Jets are still going to have to make a decision about what to do going forward with Sam Darnold. Is he the guy? or not? Are they going to try to move on from him, go back into the draft, maybe take Justin Fields with that number 2 overall pick? Do they like Zach Wilson? Do they want to trade back and let somebody else give them a lot of different draft picks and or players in order to give up that number 2 pick? That is going to be a big decision for the Jets to have to make. For Arthur Smith, if he takes the Falcons job, can he get Matt Ryan back playing at a high level, even though Matt Ryan is 36? And can he get the defense fixed? Because that's been the biggest issue going forward with the Falcons, not to mention a culture of failure, basically, since they gave up that 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. The Falcons organization has not recovered. I love what Arthur Smith was able to do with the Titans and with that offense. But remember, Derrick Henrys don't come around very often. There's not a lot of 2,000-yard rushers. They also added in A.J. Brown and redeemed Ryan Tannehill's career. Can he do the same for Matt Ryan and the Falcons? I like the wager, but Matt Ryan's older at 36. We'll see how many more years he wants to play. Finally, good story to finish with on Friday. Stanford University comes out with a massive study that effectively say lockdowns make no sense. They looked at all the different international numbers, all the different countries, analyzed what they had done to determine whether or not it made any sense to lock down the countries, and whether it made any sense to shut down schools, and whether it made sense to shutter all these small businesses when it comes to a public health perspective. And what did they uncover? What your boy has been telling you the data said since April. This isn't confusing. We should have never shut down schools. We should have never locked down small businesses like we have, causing all of them to collapse. We should have suggested that the elderly, those over the age of 75, should be making decisions as if their life is in danger from this virus. But if you are under the age of 50, and certainly if you're under the age of 40, we should have allowed you to continue to work. We should have allowed you to continue to live your life. And we should have asked you to restrict your access to elderly people or people with suppressed immune systems to the best of your ability. This was not a one-size-fits-all policy because the virus has different impacts on different ages. Kids are under much greater danger from the seasonal flu than they are from COVID. This is, I believe, the most tragic failure of American public policy since Vietnam. There was no justification to shut down schools. God forbid there's any reason for them still to be shut down now. And all of the small business owners who lost their jobs, it makes absolutely no sense, the decisions that they have made. And so this study just confirms what I've been telling you the data said for months. We need to be open back up. We need to be living our life without fear, especially if you are young. I went to the gym today. I'm going out to dinner tonight. I took my family to Universal Studios. I went to 6 NFL football games this year. I'm traveling with my wife to Mexico next month for a vacation. All of those things are me analyzing the risk and recognizing that I'm unlikely to be in danger. I have restricted my family's access to a large extent to elderly people of any age. And as a result, we're only interacting with young people, young-ish people, young people being defined pretty much as under the age of 50. If older people want to interact with them like my parents do, then we're not going to hide from my parents. But we've tried to limit our interaction elsewhere. So far, it's amazing to me how much of a failure American public policy has been in this respect. But this study from Stanford University, we'll see whether or not it's allowed to be distributed freely. But I think the tides are turning in a big way here. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo came out and basically said we can't lock down anymore. The mayor of Chicago, who's a Democrat, Lori Lightfoot, came out and said that the lockdowns of restaurants and bars don't make sense in Chicago. And you're starting to see this, hopefully, switch away from being a partisan issue. Unfortunately, this virus hit in 2020 right in the midst of the most contentious election of most of our lives. And as a result, the virus became intensely political in a way that you couldn't even talk about what the data said without being accused of wanting everybody to die. The Corona Bros were wrong, okay? They were wrong about lockdowns. They were wrong about schools being shut down. They were wrong about everything that they have argued in favor of. The data is now coming out, and even the king of the Corona Bros, Andrew Cuomo, is now saying, you know what, we can't lock down anymore because he's recognized there's no health benefit and all you're doing is destroying the economy. This is why I argued for sports to be played. This is why I have argued for kids to be back in school. This is why I have gone to the mat sharing facts and data with you on a day-to-day basis, because our country got this wrong. And one reason I think our country got this wrong is because I don't think the marketplace of ideas worked efficiently and effectively, because so many people were out there screaming all you want. You're rooting for people to die if you're not saying you have to go stay in your basement for the next 10 months. No, everything in life is a balancing act. And what we should have done is balance risk factors, exactly what I've been doing in my personal life. Balance your risk factors. I'm 41 and otherwise healthy. I'm not in danger from a percentage basis from the coronavirus. Neither are my 3 young kids. Neither is my wife. So our family has lived our life as we would normally live our life. And I wish that more people had done the same. I'm hopeful that as we move into the spring, and now that the election is over, that rational public discourse and thought is going to prevail. I'm not confident that's going to happen, but I'm going to keep fighting the battles for the First Amendment and for the marketplace of ideas at OutKick. If you want to join me in that battle, you need to be at you need to be at outkick.com/VIP. Now, as we're finishing off this discussion, a couple of more little sports topics I want to dive into, but I got to tell you about my friends at XChair. A lot of you are working from home. That is one benefit of the changes that have come about as a result of COVID, is many people have realized they don't have to travel as much for work. Many people have realized they don't have to spend 2 hours commuting to and from the office every day. They can be just as efficient working from home. How can you be more efficient? By having the best possible chair to sit in. I do a 3-hour daily radio show sitting in this chair. I write my articles sitting in this chair. I run my business sitting in this chair because it makes me more efficient, more productive, and makes my back feel better at the end of the day, so that I still have the energy to be chasing my kids around when they are out of school and I have to be dad. You want to be able to do the same. xchair.com/clay. Get hooked up now with the most efficient and productive chair available anywhere. It also can give you lower lumbar support, massaging, heat. You can pick out all the bells and whistles that you want on the best possible chair to allow you to be the most efficient version of yourself that you can at xchair.com/clay. I want to close out again by welcoming Jonathan Hutton, Paul Kaharski, and Chad Withrow to OutKick. They previously have done a 9-year radio show called the Midday 180 on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. I appreciate all of you who are going to be supporting them and welcoming them into the OutKick family. We are working, like I said, on our own over-the-top network. I think it's going to be pretty cool when we finally get it all complete. And starting at 6 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m., you're going to be able to hear OutKick sports-focused opinions all day long. Instead of having to listen to ESPN, instead of having to watch ESPN, we are going to legitimately be able to offer an alternative that I know you guys are going to love and be excited about. So, if you love what we're doing, go sign up for the VIP. Get your bets in right now, fanduel.com/clay. $5 wager wins you $125. That's fanduel.com/clay. And get yourself the best possible chair, xchair.com/clay, xchair.com/clay. I hope you all have fantastic weekends. The bets are out, 7 picks, divisional round. Enjoy the game Saturday. Enjoy the game Sundays. I hope you have a great time with your friends and your family this weekend. And one more time, welcome Withrow, Kaharski, and Hutton. I can't wait to see what they're going to be able to produce from a content perspective for us. This is OutKick the Show.